different toilet, dude. You know, right now I'm clean.
Oh God, has he gone?
He's stuck.
He's got sideways on us.
Your different toilet needs better Wi-Fi.
Fucking. Is it going now?
Yeah,
You're going.
No.
All right. Do you guys have it to where you can see if the live is working or not?
Yeah, you're on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says live.
Dope. All right.
We have
cool.
our TV up in front of us. we're blind and we can't see what's on the screen. If people start talking, we'll be like, "What the hell's going on? I can't read it."
No, it's cool. Well, it's good to see you guys here. Yeah, it's a bummer because I think you guys would like Anthony. I think he'd be a great addition to our team. And but I also scheduled him tonight stupidly, so he would be here if it wasn't for me. So I think we're gonna have to kick. I don't want to half-ass Bloodsport. I think it's a good intro one. So you might have to watch it 3 times, Josh. Sadly,
Not a problem. I can just add to my notes.
Thanks, jerk.
See that all day.
Right.
Yeah, but the cool thing is that we could try to get these things out. It's crazy. It's been so long that we've done this. Until I opened it, I was telling these guys earlier, until I opened it on the screen here, I don't fucking remember how to do this. Like, I don't remember how to operate all this stuff. So I'm just like, but you should check your spam or something, Fuzz, because I did send you. If you got one.
Yeah, that I kept refreshing it and it just didn't pop up, but it's cool, dude. Like you said, it's the first one. We're back at it. It just
Right?
takes a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah.
It's all.
The first step's always the hardest. So and there's
That's
always
right.
some kind of a shenanigan to try to get this thing going.
Yep.
So what have we been up to? How's Liz? You're still selling comics and you got your dipping in the Lego bucket thing as far as the day job goes.
Yeah, we still do. We still have the Ray's Comics and Collectibles on eBay. Is where we're at right now, just to keep things going until we find a new spot. And then I work at a place out here called Music City Bricks. We just expanded into a huge. I can't remember. It's like how big is it now? 12,000 square foot store.
Yeah, I think so.
So there's a retail section, and then there's a museum with a huge city that's being built, and then that's
legitimately 100 times as big as my house.
And there's like what we call the fun zone, so you can have parties, and we've got like a red brick table and a Duplo city and a little kid train set up that they can play with the trains, and an art wall and all kinds of stuff. And I make all the minifigs. We get like anywhere from 100 to 500 pounds of Lego a week just comes through the door in various forms, conditions. And we have one group that just sorts it through to make parts bags or to put in the bulk and then pull out the minifig stuff. And then my team puts the minifigs together and make sure they're all the right torsos to heads to everything. And then get those things out. And so.
Yeah, as I was sitting in the ether for the last couple of years trying to find inspiration to do something on YouTube again, I was going to do like a bespoke Lego channel where I would just have a live stream or whatever and ask somebody what they think I should make, because I used to make some pretty dope stuff back in the day. But
that collectible store.
Yeah,
I think they still have it.
Well, when I was there last before, it was still in the case in the office. So.
But I haven't been. I think I saw AJ like a year ago, most recently. After I was out in that.
We go
out in that area.
When we
You mean in March?
We were out there in March. Did we stop by in March or did we stop by in December when we came out for Christmas?
I want to say it was March when we went out.
Yeah, we swung by and said hi. And
he always looks nervous when we walk in the door.
I can see that being the thing. Say the Emperor isn't as forgiving as Darth Vader is, right?
Yeah.
Fuzzy, how's Fuzzy the Fat Man Comics doing? Talk to me.
We're all right. We're still pushing forward, but we're trying to honestly try to stay out of a lot of cons, like trying not to sell at cons. I've been losing more money selling at cons than I have been. Like I make more money on whatnot and all the other ways I do things than going to a con and
Even when you
fight.
had Greg the Hammer with you and stuff?
Because the trick is this is what I figured out, and I think it only works for me or the other guys I go with. It's been working. We even named our group, so it's me and Chauncey's Comics and two other groups. I forget what their comic book name or their name is, but when we put our powers together, we become the Expandables because we're all fat and we have a Captain
That's
Planet
clever.
that's
That's
like
clever.
that's fat. Like it's fun and so we've been doing shows like we did an anime show like everything of the Comic Cons I've been doing have been either anime shows, card shows, everything that has nothing to do with comics because I make more money there because I'm the only one with comic books.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
And it's been working. It's been like gangbusters. Like, and then with whatnot, I've been finding. I got a guy right now for the past 6-7 months. Every day he's selling me things like this for $1, and they're near mint. They're not. No, fuck that. I hate that word. That's not that. They are clean, clean.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't like saying near mint anymore. I lost my ass on that a couple times, so I'm not gonna say that no more. But
Trigger word for fuzzy.
yeah, exactly. No, it is. It,
I
it
say
makes me
mint
do
chocolate
this.
chip.
No, mint's okay. I'm down with mint. It's when you say near mint, dude. That's when you
I
put
got
it near. I'm like, and and then I got a good fuzzy tale for you guys. You guys will like this one. Um, about 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I'm at the swap meet and I find this box, right? And I open it up and in there are slabbed cards mixed in with a bunch of other cards, sports, Pokemon, all kind of stuff. And I look at one, it's signed by Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant. All three of them on one card, slabbed at an 8.5. And I'm like, what? And I take my phone out and I do the PSA thing, pops up. PSA offered me 10,000 for it, 10 grand. I said, oh shit. I just put it back in the box and said, how much, man? He said, $40. I said, sold. And I'm looking for my wallet and I hand him it just for the whole box. I run to the car, I sit down, I'm like this shit, like holy shit, I did it. So I take it out, and then there's like 6 more slabs, and I'm like, no way, there's more. And then like I pull one out, it's a Pokemon card, 10. Take a picture of it again, do the PSA thing, comes back 3,000. I said, oh put it down. Everything I pulled out came out to about the total was almost like $18,000. And I'm just like, Fuzz pop blocking, dude. I was driving all but listening to fucking the gayest music you can think of, just being happy,
Didn't I
just
tell you?
happy driving it.
Tell you?
I was Mamma Mia, here I go again. That just going, dude. Right as I'm going, I'm calling my boy Juan, all my card guys. So hey guys, supposedly I got 20 grand worth of stuff here. Give me 10 grand. Whoever brings me 10,000 can have the thing. Like I don't want it. I don't need it all. So he comes over. He's got the money in his hand. He puts it on the table. He's like, let me see him. And he grabs him. He looks at him and he goes, they're fake. I go,
Oh.
what? And he goes, they're fake. I go, you're a fucking liar. Like, no way. No way they're fake. Like, no, these are legit. Look. And I scanned them and showed him, I'm like, look. And he goes, yeah, dude. And he's trying to show me, how to tell. He goes, if you watch a heist movie, right? And then, the guy steals the painting and makes the exact replica like that passes. He goes, this is it. He goes, this is it. Like, this is almost perfect. And he's like, but yeah, it's fake. I was like, fuck you, dude. So I go
Well, at
get
least
my
you only
wife.
spent $40 on it.
No, right, exactly. I'm with you. But the story's not done there, right? So the wife goes,
Okay.
I go get a second opinion. She goes, gets the second opinion. The guy does the same thing. She walks up to the front guy. The first guy goes, "Oh, we'll pay for this here," and he goes to the back. He gets the boss. The boss walks up and goes, "It's a really good fake, dude. It's just a really good fake." And I'm like, so my wife comes back. She tells me, and I go, fuck, dude. So then I go on my whatnot show and I'm telling the story, and everyone goes, "Let me see it." And I show them, okay, and they go, "Those are real." I go, "I'm telling you guys, they are not fucking real. Zero. They're fake." "No, man, they're real. How much did you pay for them?" I'm like, $50. They go, "We'll buy them." I go, "I'm telling you guys, they're fucking fake. I'll buy them." All right. I put them in the thing. I'm like, "But everyone knows. I'm telling everyone. It's recorded. It is fake." "Yeah, I'll buy them." $120 they sold for it, dude. So I made
So
I
you
made a
still made your
profit.
money.
No, exactly. Like, it worked out. That's just fuzzy luck. But I'm just saying, like, it's just that roller coaster. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? It went from 20 to 10 to 100. Sorry.
I mean, happens to the
And
best of us, right?
and I am now working. You guys will love this. Are you ready? You guys are all sitting down. I coach kids for a school district. I'm not going to say which one, but I coach kids after school for a school district. Salud.
What are you coaching them?
Waterloo,
Everything.
huh?
I te- I te-
I'll leave
I
it
teach.
there. I'll leave it there.
I literally headed to. This is the best one. They go, "We're teaching soccer this semester." I go, "Oh fuck." I applied to teach kids how to animate Legos. That's what I applied for. I was like, "Oh, I can do that all day." First day on the job, they handed me a whistle and my clipboard, and they said, "You're Coach Nick, and you're gonna go out there and you're gonna go fucking about and teach them how to play soccer." I said, "I, I I've never
They
played
saw
soccer in my
Vargas and
life."
they saw Vargas and they fucking you're like, oh,
That's-
he's Mexican.
he can do it, dude. And so I'm out there, and I have 3 kids that were good at soccer, and I go, "Any of you guys ever play soccer before?" And they all raise their hand. I go, "You two, what's a formation? Show me a formation." They line up. It's good. It's good. It looks good. It looks good. Let's do that 2 more times. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh my
I'm
God.
literally, I'm Billy Bob in the Bad News Bears without the alcohol. That's all I'm saying, dude. That's it. I'm just like, yeah, you gotta wipe that off, man. You're good. You're good. Keep going. Keep going.
Ooh, child abduction.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
Yay, California.
Oh, Fuzzy went dead. Oh, you got scared
Did-
there for a second, Fuzzy.
Did you get the same abduction? Did you get the same abduction, Fuzz? Your sound is gone now. Or is
It
that
was-
me? That's Fuzzy, right?
I can't hear him.
Yeah, he's silent on our end too. We can't hear you.
No Fuzzy.
No, it's bueno. Well, if he didn't have all that mustache and beard thing going on, I could probably learn how to lip read, but he keeps putting his hand in front of his face, so I can't tell.
Man, I got to get to a dentist. This is killing me.
Oh, you haven't gotten it fixed yet?
Mm-mm.
Jeez.
There it goes.
There we go.
Redneck. I became a true
Amber
self-
interrupted us. Amber interrupted us, that lady. Bad.
For
So
a
now
good cause.
now I'm coaching, so that's what I do after, like, in the evenings and shit, for a couple hours.
That's cool.
Awesome.
I did that for Miles when he was doing the Little League, and get in there and you bond with all these kids and you bond with their parents and you have a good time. And I spend hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on all this cool equipment and bats and everything. Tremendously invested emotionally, financially, physically. And then I don't want to play no more. I'm like, yeah, well, what about my friends? Like, what about my friends? Like, so, but I don't know. I think the thing is that if I want him to watch sports with me, he'll at least watch baseball now. So at least I got that out of it,
Yeah.
He doesn't care to watch football or basketball, but it's a bummer. Fuzz, you're gonna like Anthony because he's a big wrestling fan.
No, dude, we just I just had a shit show of a show. You want to talk about shitty shows, dude? Like it was a clusterfuck of a day, WrestleMania. Like the whole fucking experience. The first one they did in Vegas, I took the oldest for graduation. That was what he wanted for his graduation present. So we went as a family and we had a blast. But I'm telling you this, I'm still paying that thing off. That's how much it costs, dude. Like just for the tickets. I'm talking to where I can almost see a plane hover over my head. That's how high up I was. Like the jet engine went above me. Okay, that's how high. $4,000. It was $1,000 a ticket.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I said, fuck it. The kid I said, it's either that or send him to Japan. I was like, fuck it. We'll go, we'll go to WrestleMania, dude. Like, that's going to cost me way more fucking money. So I was like, nah. And so we go, had a blast, dude. We did the whole WrestleMania experience. Greg hooked us up with like all kinds of stuff in there for the kids' graduation. Had a blast. I met Stone Cold Steve Austin. I hung out with JR. You name our childhood, it was in a room with me for a whole day with no kids, no one, no responsibility, and a beer in
So they
his
dug
hand.
up all the dead wrestlers and they have their skeletons in the room with you because they're all
All of
fucking
them.
dead.
$1 Million Man was literally here just fucking rapping with me. Just like as if it was fucking us right now. Just he was telling me about like all kinds of stuff. And then right here was JR. Greg's right here.
Who's JR?
He's the voice. He's the country guy you always hear announcing back in the 90s. Like he'd be like,
Okay.
oh, good God, he killed him. Oh my God. Shit like that. And so me and him
Okay.
were talking. And so
So
we're
he's like
shooting
the new
shit.
Mean Gene. Oh, Mean Gene was just backstage, right?
Yeah. This was like a color commentator. But he was like, so then we're sitting there and we're having a beer. And if I'm having a beer, what wrestler would you want to walk through that door?
Stony Steve.
Right through the door. I hear his voice behind me, and I said, shut the fuck up. Turn around, I had my beer in my hand. I'm like, like that. And he goes, how you doing, man? And Greg goes, it was me, Greg, and Tom. And Tom goes, you got to introduce Fuzzy to Stone Cold. And he's like,
This
all
is
right. He's
Crypt
like, come
Keeper
on.
Tom?
Yep. He
Okay.
goes, come on. And so we go over there, and Greg's like, this is my buddy, Fuzzy. This is Steve. And he goes, Fuzzy, that's a funny name. And I go, yeah, I got it a long time. I literally turned into a fangirl for like 10 minutes. I was just like,
Yeah, the anime doe eyes with the little watery.
God, you're so big. just amazed, like just wow, like how you do? And looking back, he wasn't that much bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Like he was big, like he was big, but he just wasn't like it. Just was crazy. And so then Tom yells out to Steve. He goes, his wife would leave him for you, and then he starts laughing. And I go, Steve, would you let me take a picture with you just so I can send it out? And I don't normally do that to the wrestlers. I usually just hang out, and every once in a while we'll get a picture or whatever. But I was like, no one's gonna believe me. Like this is too unbelievable to fucking, So I'm like, and Steve just goes, yeah, no problem. He takes a picture with me and shit. And I sent it to my wife, and literally 2 seconds later, my phone blows up, and I have it on speaker. I go, watch, listen, like this, and she's on the phone. Yeah. Yeah, he's standing right here.
Did you get any pictures? Did you get any pictures?
Yeah, I got pictures with him and fucking some stuff I wasn't allowed to take pictures of because it's the internet.
Well, I mean, you can't be.
But
yeah, it's not good for their image to have you sucking them in
no,
photo.
Stop talking about it. But they were like, So then that was the first year we were there, right? Like, so we partied, we did the stuff. The Sandman. I was sitting at the bar and he just came, like, not even at the con. It was just a random bar. And he just sat down next to me and I was all, the fuck? Well, what's up, dude? And he
Was
goes,
Enter Sandman playing when he entered?
I wish, dude, but he had the kendo stick. He had the fucking kendo stick with him. And I'm like, do you just take that thing everywhere you go with you? Like, he's like, no, I had a match next door. I was like, oh, there's a match next door. I was like, holy shit. And like, so we had fun with the family. But this past year, I took my oldest because he wanted to go and try to get tickets. And I'm like, all right, well, if you go, you got to help me with the con that we're doing there with Greg. And the first day of the con, a guy in Vegas shot his girlfriend, shot a security guard, then ran down the strip, shutting down the fucking road to get to our show. So, first day, no one was there. Zero. Only people who came through the back way. And so they like trickled in at the end. First day made $100. The booth cost me with room and everything like that about $1,600. Second day.
What about your yard sales? Didn't your yard sale stuff
Oh,
go
I
pretty
still do
good?
that. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I did one this weekend, and
Put that shit on Marketplace, man.
I did one this weekend, and on my whatnot, it was about 800, and then in person, it was like another $300, so $1,000. It's good.
So tell me this, Fuzz. Actually, Liz,
Yes.
you're about to talk about your Southern jack-o'-lantern story. Let's do that first, and then we'll go back into Fuzz.
Me getting my tooth pulled and becoming a true Southerner is like the segue to the next thing.
What happened?
No, okay, so before we moved, I like cracked one of my back molars, and the dentist, I had an amazing dentist. He went in there, it was like a work of art. He just went in there with whatever it is they fill your tooth in with, made it feel and look just like a regular tooth. 2 days before we're leaving, we go over to Nando's house for like kind of a going away thing, luncheon or whatever. I take a bite of the chip. It's a fucking Dorito, and I haven't had one since. And the corner of it got between where the real tooth was and where the fake tooth was and took it out. So we get out here. I got to find a new dentist and everything, and haven't found one yet. Nobody's recommended. We're trying to settle in. We just moved. Can't afford it. Whatever. You know what I mean?
See, why are you selling Legos? You should be a dentist. You'd be making money hand over fist in the South.
Jeez. So we go to the dentist, and the dentist looks at the tooth that's left in there, and he just goes, yeah, it's nice meeting you, but I'm going to have to take this tooth. He's like, there's nothing I can do with it. So I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. And he just, all of a sudden, just this needle just appears out of nowhere. Numbs it up, pulls the tooth. Liz is a true Southerner now. I'm missing a tooth. So.
Is that how you become? Because I'm missing all these now down here. So fucking.
Welcome. Welcome.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I had one break at Korean barbecue. I got some chicken. I just bit it. And I was like, this chicken's pretty crunchy. No, it wasn't the chicken that was crunchy. It was the tooth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, brutal.
Well, the original break that shattered the tooth to begin with, I was eating toffee covered peanuts or something. And I did the same thing. I bit down and I was chewing and I was like, man, this just tastes kind of, I don't know. and I kind of just, I got a napkin and I wiped my tongue with it. And I looked at it and I went, okay. This is, all right. Like half the tooth was still there. And that was a couple days before Thanksgiving when that happened. So I had to go through Thanksgiving missing a tooth or half of my tooth. And I was like, man. So yeah. I'm a Southern belle because I'm missing a tooth. I'm a Southern redneck belle.
Fuck yeah.
That's a party. That's a party.
Yeah,
man. I got all this stuff. I got all the Masterpiece Transformers and G.I. Joe and Star Wars and comics galore, and they're all just sitting around in boxes, man. So my question for you guys is, since you guys are selling that stuff, what did you keep?
You want to see? I literally just set it up yesterday. I did.
Sure.
I had what your problem is. It had them in boxes, and I said, you know what? Fuck this, dude. I'm gonna do it. Watch, I'll show you. I'll take you guys right now. I literally set it up. I posted it on the union group, and of course, you know, everyone hates on Superman, so you know they went to town on that shit. So you guys are about to have a fun day. Oh, you guys haven't even seen, dude. Check this shit out. How do I flip this thing? Let's see. Is there a way I can flip it?
You can just turn it around.
Yeah, just turn
Oh,
your
okay.
camera.
So we remodeled the whole house.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, I got full hardwood floors. This is my new office. But check that out. It's my shrine, Superman. Right
Nice.
there.
Yeah, I still got my cases with the comics and the toys in it, but
Nice.
And then we got our Darkwing.
Yeah.
And then we
ooh,
got
let's get dangerous.
some Bill and Ted.
Excellent.
Tell me that's not the greatest football player to ever live right
Oh, 4 touchdowns in one game.
there. That's right, dude. And then I got my little car section right there. And then my little knick-knack one. And then fucking so some of the people from my fuzzsters, as I like to call them, the people that come on the Whatnot show all the time, they made me this, the people's champion.
Oh, that's cool.
So I hang that in my office and shit. And let's see. I'm trying to figure out where to put all my wrestling stuff like that. But I
You
got
got any
like
Voltrons over there?
no Voltrons, dude. I had a stack of them. I bought a locker and it had four complete original Voltrons, and then it had two of the not it wasn't like a reprint or like the redo, but it was the remember they did like a reimagining of it in the 90s. It was like in the 90s, like it was a real shitty one.
Yeah.
Nope. Did we lose
Uh-oh, losing Fuzzy again.
it?
Oh, he's just moving from one place to another. He'll catch up.
There he is.
That's
We
cool.
lost
Yeah,
him.
I actually my this garage that I'm in, when we inherited the house, it was like full everywhere. It was just my in-laws, when they would clean up after my wife and my brother-in-law, they would just put all their toys in the bag and throw it in the garage. So I'm in here and there's just a combination. There was animals living in here, and then it would just be like clothes and shit. And then I would have a bag full of G.I. Joes. And I'd be like, oh, wow. I got like all the original Dinobots. I found a Voltron. There's like a Y-Wing from Star Wars. And then like with weapons, like the amount of things that I found that were fairly complete that were underneath a bag of trash. It was like if you found Godzilla and he just went through Tokyo eating stuff, and then you were able to dig through his shit and you find something good in there every so often. It was
It's an A-wing.
I still have it. I just have all the good stuff. I cleaned it up and I put it in a box to maybe do a live or like an unboxing kind of thing with it. And then over, I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see. There's a stack of boxes right there.
Mhm.
Those are all different Kickstarters, comics, and other stuff that I ordered over the last since we quit going live. I didn't even open. I put it to the side, and I'm like, oh, I'll open these when we get the show going again. So everything's kind of sitting, but it's like this house is smaller than my last house, so space is a premium. It's crazy. It's crazy. I gotta figure some stuff out, but I got my little
I only have
faux
enough shelves.
studio going for now.
I only have this designated. There's two little IKEA, Billy bookshelves, the half ones,
Sure.
not the long ones, the small ones. But with the extender, it's like that's as much room as I have for my graphic novel. So I have to go through and like prune stuff down. Like this is what I really keep, and then I have to go back through again. Okay, this is still not fitting. All right, then I got to go through and pull it out again. And so I had all the
I had-
Lego mentions stuff, and so I'm like, you know what? Play the game. I'm done with the game. I don't need that stuff in the figures. Get sold. You know, we just go through a box, and I go, what the hell is this? When did I
people can get some happiness from it, right?
Don't
Let me
need this.
see.
Get rid of it.
That's why
So
I had to call in a specialist to actually build me shelves just for my fucking movies because I had so many movies, and then now like the market for old DVDs and VHSs is like skyrocketing, like it's
yeah,
insane. Like records, oh my god, you won't believe what I get for records right now. Like it's fucking insane, and so
Yeah, this is
like
all
I,
records.
dude, if it's sealed, like literally it's sealed. How many of us like Don Henley? I'm
No,
just asking. I,
Bring
I'm
me
just I'm gonna throw it
the
out
end of
there.
the innocence.
You think Don Henley and you're like, okay, if I found it for $1, I would probably get it. Like, it's not, you don't hate the guy, but he's not your favorite, right?
right.
Would you pay $85 for a fucking sealed record?
To be fair, I wouldn't pay $85 for any record just because I don't listen to records, but
I want,
I get what you're saying.
but
There's like a
people,
collectability with the records, though. They're
yeah,
more.
like people like them, dude. Like I get it, but I'm like, it just blew my mind when I was like, I got it and again in the locker and I pull it out and I look at it and I'm like laughing. I go, I'm gonna keep this. I go, I think I'm gonna keep this thing. I go, this is pretty dope. And my cousin goes, scan it, dude. Like just see what it's worth. I'm like, all right. And I scanned it and I'm like, new. And I went, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. And I went to sold. Shut your mouth. Oh no, we can't keep that here. Sell that. I was like, I don't need. I think I have it on my iPod, dude. We're good, dude. We're good.
That was
It's
the same thing. I had all the Marvel Epic collections when they were coming out because it's that just, you got your Captain America 1 through whatever it was when they ended the Epic, 29 volumes or something like that. They were cool trade paperbacks on the shelf. And then I realized I don't have all of them. And I'm one of those, if I don't have them all, I don't want any of them. That's the kind of collector that I am. If I don't have everything. And then I'm like, I can feel like, I started looking at the prices of some of these things. And I'm like, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and sell the whole collection. And
See, I think that's with collecting. That's it. There's a point where you go, I've enjoyed this enough. You know what I mean? Like the thrill of it is getting it.
yeah,
That's like I've been looking for this swamp thing and I got it, dude. Like I found it. And if you get it at a deal, it's even better. You want to hold on to it even more.
yeah,
But
wrinkle it a little bit more. Jesus Christ.
I'm about to clean and press it. I don't care. I treat
Okay,
these bad.
okay.
That's what we're doing over here. See, look, we got our little setup right here. My little magic bag and my Mr. Cleans. Look at all that caca that's on there. Oh, caca. Look, see, I mean, dude, good shit. They just need a little love. But again, you get to a point where, just like you said, Liz, where you want to, like, fuck, do I really need this? Like, I'm never gonna do anything with it. All right, fuck it. And then you look, especially if you see how much it sells for, and you're like, I
yeah.
paid
That's a
$5 for
very
this
big
thing.
motivator.
Yeah, you're like, I paid $5 and they're gonna give me
That is a regret.
$200.
I think the regret would be that I didn't sell everything when that COVID money was out there. Because I could have sold it all and then bought it all back,
For
like
pennies.
for pennies.
Well, I don't know now because, the stuff that you have is the stuff that people want. You know what I mean? So I think that part of it is still valuable. Like right now, there's comic shops that are closing down because nobody's coming in to buy new comics because nobody wants to read that Grec anymore. But there's still a market for comics in comic stores.
Well, I mean,
if they
what comes
have the
first,
old stuff,
the chicken or the egg? Because do people not want to read comics because they don't want to read comics, or do people not want to read comics because people aren't, for the same reason that people don't want to see movies, that people aren't writing comics that people want to read?
Right. So that's what I mean, though, is that the market is still there and viable because people still want to read comics because I'm still selling comics. I'm still
Same here.
Fuzzy's still selling it. watch his show all the time. So he's selling the stuff. So people want it. People want to read it. They want to collect it. They want to have it. There's just the new stuff isn't what they want to read, want to collect, and want to have.
Yeah,
And
and
so, and it's the same thing with the movie
I
situation.
think Liefeld's been doing pretty good with Youngblood, like on his own side stuff for himself. But is there a story about that, Fuzzy?
I'm
Shake your head no.
I just I agree with Liz is that the new stuff, and Liz is the guy that reads it. Like I will go and Liz knows I would go to you guys every week and get new books because I read them, I liked them.
Yeah.
I don't like them anymore. And in this whole Absolute thing, I get why everyone loves Absolute Batman. Snyder's a great writer, you know, the art's dope, everything, but it's just again, I'm like, okay, it's cool, like, but it's not what everyone's hyping it up to be. And then everyone's like swearing to me read Absolute Superman, dude's the greatest thing, dude's so good. I'm like, all right, you know. So I go over here, I get it, I buy it like from the stand, you know, like everyone else, and I open the page, and there's this narration. Have any of you guys read it?
No, because I don't care.
But there's this awesome narration because it was very poetic. It was just this narration of Kal-El and you know being here and stuff like that. By the end of it, you figure out it's his fucking cape talking to him. His cape talks to him like Jarvis. I grabbed the book, I threw it across the fucking room. I said, "This is bullshit, dude." I was like, hey, I love Superman. Yeah, this is a Superman lover, right? Like I love Superman.
Yeah, I
That is
was
not
reading the X-Men
Superman.
into that Krakoa era or whatever.
Mhm.
But then when they started like dying and coming back all willy nilly and then having gay orgies and stuff, I was just like, man, I can't. Like they're actively trying to get me to not want to read it. I felt like that's how I felt. I was like, oh, you must like have a list of when my wife was pregnant with Miles, we have these friends who like oh, I have this cool list of names you can name your son. You can name him Skylar and Mick something. And I'm just like, oh, well, thank you so much for giving me the list of the names that I would never fucking name anybody, even if I hated them to death. like
I won't even name my dog that.
And I feel like that same person, they found her and they've got her to make a list of the things that I would never want in a comic book. And then that's what they're going with now. It's like, okay, you know, they're trying unburdened by what has been or whatever. It's just brutal.
Well,
so then I'm trying to get excited about like, hey, we're doing pop culture, got Collection Connection going, got relationships with creators and people. I'm getting press passes for Comic-Con and all that stuff. And it's just like, but I only want stuff from guys who are old or dead. Like, I'm not excited about, like, not horribly excited about the stuff that's coming out from the new people. And it's just kind of like, man, do I want the channel to be me being a jaded geek? Or do I want, like, or it's like either you're a shill and you're lying.
Uh-oh. Now you've
or you're just hating on everything.
Uh-oh.
You know, and I'm not trying to be a shill, and I'm not trying to hate on everything, but if everything sucks, how do you not hate on everything?
No, to me, dude, like, there's always a difference. There's a difference between telling how you feel and the truth. It's not hating, it's telling what you feel. Like there are, don't get me wrong, this is the internet. There's a fucking ton of haters on here. I get it, dude. Like,
sure.
you know what I mean? But like if you don't okay. So you're talking about the movie industry, right? I love that's where I come from. That's my main love right there. I haven't been to the movies since Christmas. That was probably the last time I went to the movies, okay? And then we went and saw Mortal Kombat because I was like, it's Mortal Kombat. Like, fucking, let's go. Like, we're gonna get the popcorn, we're gonna get the whole deal and everything. And it was just this. Like, the whole movie was just the guy. I don't know if you guys saw it, but the guy would go, like the old kung fu movies was awesome because he'd go, "You killed my brother, prepare to die," and they would fight, you know, and then they would travel. They like cut out the travel part. They just would walk up. Hey, aren't you so and so? He's dead. Oh man, that sucks. Just not. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, what's the plot, dude? Like, it was bad. So then the next weekend, my mother-in-law is like, "Have you heard about this movie Obsession?" I said, "Yeah." It's like, "It looks all right, you know." And I go, "You want to go?" And she's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, let's go." And I'm like, "All right, best movie of the year. Bet
Well,
this
I'll
this
let you get my
generation's
word.
Fatal Attraction.
I
That's how
feel
good
like
it
two
is."
years. I think it's like 2 years ago they realized that they were heading down the wrong track because they were turning everybody off to everything. But the problem is that a lot of the movies that they made were still in the stomach, and they have to pass through the intestines and the colon before they shit them out into the theaters to people. So I feel like now we might, because I actually went and
Send
watched The
Help.
Mandalorian. I went and watched the Mandalorian movie.
You
Okay,
saw
I didn't watch it
which
yet.
Strangling
no,
Grok
no,
is
no, no,
a-
no. I'm not gonna spoil anything. But
Strangling
here's this is what I got. This is what I got for that. Is it going to pay service to Star Wars lore? Are you going to watch this movie and realize that Qui-Gon's stepdad used to beat him and that's why he became a Jedi? None of that is there, but there's none of the characters had their septums pierced, and it didn't preach to me. It was just, it felt like a couple of episodes of The Mandalorian before season 3, like season 2 and those ones, and those were okay. So it wasn't like gonna change your life or get you hyper invested in Star Wars lore. But if you just want to unplug and be able to go watch a movie that had some Star Wars stuff in it, and there was some callbacks to different things, and there was like they significantly used an underutilized creature that they actually built a figure for in the original vintage line that I don't ever remember seeing there. So there was some stuff where I was like, you know what? It isn't great. It isn't gonna get me right on the path of feeling like they raped Luke Skywalker. But I feel like it was at least I didn't hate it to death, and it wasn't trying to be shitty to me. Like at least there was that.
He hated
You know?
to got him life support, but not death.
It's like at least
That's
it
a
had
King
that.
Cupid trait. We're good.
Because I didn't watch the Star Wars with the lesbian witches. I didn't
see
watch
that
the
one.
second season of Andor. I didn't watch Jude Law with the kids in space. Like I
I
didn't
didn't watch that one either.
I haven't watched. Yeah, see, when we weren't doing
Yeah.
this, and it was just like, you know what? I need to just like they're not. I need to hold my dollars back. I need to like actively boycott this. What are you doing? Get out of here.
I think the last time Josh and I went to the theaters wasn't this last Christmas. It was the Christmas before. And we saw Nosferatu. That was the last movie we saw in the theater. Unfortunately, we all got the flu, like literally the next day, so we call it Nosferatu. But it was still a really good movie. And I'm looking forward to seeing the new Street Fighter. Somebody asked, "What movie do you want to go see in the theater again?" I said, "I don't want to see anything." And then I saw the preview for Street Fighter. I was like, I kind of want to see that.
At WrestleMania, because they had MovieCon that same weekend, so all the movies, all those previews and stuff were coming out that day. We got out there, and they unveiled at the WWE shop. They had a shirt, and it's Cody Rhodes as Guile with the fucking hair like that,
Yeah.
dude. And out of every shirt they had, that's the one I got. I was like, "Oh, I'm getting that, dude." I was like, "That shit's awesome." And so I took
think
it.
I think I
Josh,
found
are you still
out about-
upset they didn't bring Man Dam back for that?
I have mixed feelings about that original Street Fighter movie, but this one looks like it's going to be more fun rather than confusing.
Yeah, that's what I pick up from it. Like I'm not when I'm walking in this theater for this one, I'm not going for plot. Like, you know what I mean? Make it distant. I don't care. Just give me the little knickknack, like them breaking the car. I was just like when they showed that in the trailer, I started busting up laughing. I go, "Oh shit, there's gonna be a contest where they're beating the shit out of the car." It's awesome.
Most of the casting looks pretty good. I'm just not sure about using the guy that was Polka Dot Man for Bison.
I'm with you on that, but I throw it up to the air and let it, because in the last Fast and Furious movie. Oh, you guys don't even know. Fuzzy almost burned the theater to to the ground. Like I lost my shit
I haven't
during
even
that
seen
movie.
it, and I love
I
those movies.
I'm you guys know I'm the defender of it. I lost right. But that Momoa cat, because when I heard Momoa was in that movie, I'm like, who the fuck put Momoa in this movie? Like, why would he be in this movie? He's the only thing I liked in that whole movie. I was just like, oh my god, he's so good. Like he's great. Like I want to see more of that guy. Fuck Vin Diesel. I want to see that
because
guy throughout the whole
he
He's
movie.
gonna
pulled off
be
the
Is he
cartoon villain.
Wonka?
he's
Yeah,
gonna
like
be
he's like at like if there's a 10, he's at 20. Like and I love it. Like just literally, right before we jumped on. It was literally on TV, and it's that scene where he's got all the dead people and he's painting their toenails. He's talking to them. I'm like, I love this shit, dude. Like this is so funny. Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
I think that's
new
how I heard
movies.
about Street Fighter was because I was watching that Netflix the one where it talks about the wrestling. I think we're like a season behind or something or ahead, whatever. And it mentioned that Cody couldn't show up for something because he was filming a Street Fighter movie, and I was like, "Wait, what?" So, oh
Yep,
shit!
and then Roman Reigns is what the fuck's his name? The guy with the necklace.
Dalzine?
The yeah, no, Balzine's the guy that stretches, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's oh no, that's
Akuma.
Dawson. Akuma,
oh,
that's who he is.
Akuma.
He's Akuma, and Cody Rhodes is Guile, and I was just like, dude, come on, that's awesome. I'm so in. I'm like,
When they
they're
showed
playing
that
right to
picture
me.
of him as Guile, and you're right, and he had the hair, and I was like, "Oh, they're going legit Street Fighter right here." This
Are they
is
going to have him
Yeah,
fight Gold Dust though, and embrace the wrestling?
no, that's his brother. They
Are they
can't
going
fight
to
his
have a
brother.
slap fight?
No, don't that. That's the American Nightmare, dude. That's the man that's carrying the belt right now. He's the man.
Gold Dust is the American Nightmare.
Cody Rhodes is
Cody
man.
Rhodes
Cody
has
Oh,
the
Rhodes.
belt. Jesus, I didn't even know that. I got into wrestling again.
once
It's because you're down. It's because you're down there. That's why. Dude. I bet your wrestling's as big out there as it is in my heart.
you guys know,
It's bad.
once I started
Close.
playing real sports,
First,
once I started
dude,
playing
don't
real
get
sports,
you guys want to hear? I'll tell you something about that. So this year WrestleCon, there's a video of it flying around the internet. This guy, we're standing over here like this against the wall, and I'm just ready to go. I'm tired, like I'm done. A fan or something comes up to this. He's like his name's Vernon. He's a wrestler. He wasn't really big, but Vernon, and he says some shit to him about being fake. Right now, this dude is bald on the top, and he's got Tom hair, to bald on top and hair on the sides. Right?
so he's like Black Hulk Hogan.
Yes. Re- he grabs him by the sides of his fucking hair and just slams him onto the table, his head first, and just begins to slap the shit out of him, dude, and telling him like fucking say fake again.
He's stomping while he was slapping.
He slapped the
He just
fuck
slapped.
out of him, dude. Like I was just all, oh shit, and then everyone started yelling, someone should get security, like so, because I'm not going over there to stop that motherfucker. He'll eat me. Nuh-uh. No.
What's crazy because like a lot of the veteran guys, they've let you behind the curtain now, and they talk about how they were all on like crazy booger sugar and steroids and
If
partying like crazy, and
I can
like
get Greg to come on here and tell us stories, dude. And I'll tell him. I'll go tell us whatever ones you want, dude. Like he has told me shit that would make your stomach turn. Like you're like what? Yeah. Dude, we used to do that. We shit in the guy's coffee just to see if he'd fucking drink it, and he did. And it took him a minute to realize it was shit. I was like, oh, so you take more than one drink? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, yeah.
It's a bit nutty.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, and then like there's you guys remember Bradshaw? He was part of the Acolytes. It was the Undertaker, and then the black dude Ron Simmons,
Yeah.
and then so his name's JBL now. That's what they call him, JBL Bradshaw, right? And he tells a story about how whenever he wrestled Greg, he would always say it on the podcast, like how he wrestled Greg, and when Greg's dad would show up, he would start to really hit, like lay into him, like fucking hit him really hard. And he goes, I looked up at him at one point and go, do I owe you money? What the fuck? And he kept hitting him and shit. And so I told Greg, I go, Greg, he's telling the story about you, this and that. And Greg's like, yeah, let me tell you another one. One time we were all sitting around and he was dating Medusa. You guys remember Medusa from the 80s? She was like one of the very, very first, yeah, Glow and stuff like that. Like she was one of the very first women wrestlers. Well, Greg was dating her, and Greg's dad didn't like her. So they went out to a really nice dinner to like hang out and stuff like that. And then she starts feeling wet underneath her foot, and she looks under the table, and Greg's dad's taking a piss on her foot because he didn't like her and shit like that. While they're sitting there eating dinner, I'm like, I fucking love you, dude. This is a normal day for these people, like wrestlers. I'm like, they need to make movies, documentaries. Like this is the greatest
I mean,
shit
you
ever.
can imagine it. They're like the dregs of the South. Like if you were to like line up in order of like respectability, they would be like 10 rungs below the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yep. No,
we gotta go to Cooters.
We ain't got them out here no more. They took them all away. They gave us Ojos Locos instead, which I like. That place is good.
The Tilted Kilt's not bad.
Forge is closing down the original one, but there's another one that's closer that we got to go to.
Oh, you guys know I love my Whataburger, right? That's like my jam.
Yeah,
So
there's one down the street.
I'm so jealous of you guys. You have no idea because the shit I went through, and they opened one in Vegas while we were there in at WrestleMania, and I was like, shut the fuck up. I almost attacked someone because I saw him with the Whataburger bag, and I was like, where did you get this? And the guy goes, he's like, over there at the CVS. Now we're at Circus, right? And CVS was like across the street. I was like, oh man, this is awesome.
Was it a truck or something?
No, it's a restaurant. It's a legit Whataburger restaurant. And I'm like, I get the kid. I go, let's go, dude. We're going. And I look it up. It's all the way over there at the top of the strip by fucking. It's in like the Venetian or some shit. I'm like, who puts a Whataburger in fucking one of the? I'm like, all right, whatever. We're going. So we drive over there. I'm excited. I'm fucking pumped, dude. I pull in. There's nowhere to park because it's just this little cul-de-sac, right? And I go, where do we park? And he goes, oh, it's valet. And I'm like, okay, how much? He's like, $45. I go, what? He's like, $45. And I was like, I just want Whataburger, dude. Like, I don't want to go into the casino. I want Whataburger. He goes, yeah, it's $45. So I have to pay $45 plus whatever you're gonna charge me in there just to get a Whataburger. Oh, I don't like Whataburger that much, dude. I turned around, I fucking left, and then I tell the kid, I go, we're gonna find some cheap parking. And so we did, and we just walked it, and we get in there, and I'm like, oh heaven, dude. And it wasn't even like a legit Whataburger. It was like, how they have the Pizza Hut and the Pizza Hut and Taco Bell together, and it's like split down. That's what it was. It was a Whataburger and a
Long John Silver's.
Yeah, just like next to each other. I was like,
where the fish tastes like
chicken. Or the chicken tastes
now
like
we
fish.
have an In-N-Out out here. So it used to be Whataburger. There's another place called Culver's that's really good too. That has a lot of good stuff. But
Culver's?
Culver's.
Is it like a chain?
They're out of Wisconsin. They've got the cheese curds and they've got the burgers are amazing. They call them butter burgers because they cook everything with butter out here.
Sounds glorious.
They have they have a cheese curd hamburger. So it's like a patty. It's just a big mozzarella. It's like this thick. It's like this big mozzarella cheese fried patty that they put on your burger.
Oh shit! I might get cut off again. Hold on, I'll pop back on.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. It's so good. But yeah, now we've got Whataburgers out here. Whataburgers are okay.
Whataburger is a burger chain that's originally out of Texas. And they're okay. They're okay.
We got to be there, huh?
Huh?
It's like the people in Texas talk about In-N-Out being okay.
Yeah, I could see the correlation because when we moved out here, that was probably the closest thing to an In-N-Out was Whataburger, I would say. Because
Yeah.
we've got Five Guys, we've got I'm trying to think of what else.
Amber knocked us out.
We have Hardee's instead of Carl's Jr., but the menu is actually different. And it pisses Josh off because they don't have his double Western bacon cheeseburger. So whenever
That's
we
not
buy,
Carl's Jr. Then that's not Carl's Jr. That's the only thing they
That's
make good
Hardee's.
there.
They got that Hardee's
Hardee's.
knockoff.
So
Hard,
it's the same
Josh, I'm with
company,
you. No, it's
but
not.
it's no, it is. It's just a different menu. And so he
No,
gets
no.
pissed, but he knows exactly the very first Carl's Jr. when we go across country.
Sulphur Springs, Texas.
I
I gotta drive 8 hours to get a Western bacon cheeseburger.
And he gets 2 on the way there, and we get it on the way back too. He knows exactly.
I do the same thing with Whataburger.
I miss Del Taco. There's no Del Taco out here. The closest Del Taco, I think, is somewhere in Georgia.
You know, that's a crazy thing because y'all are the same age as me. And remember how Taco Bell was the champ when we were young?
Yeah.
Taco Bell was undisputed the champ. And somehow along the way, man, Del Taco took the belt.
See,
Well,
I
Del
didn't
Taco's
grow
got
up
the
with Taco
crinkle
Bell.
fries.
I grew
There's
up
the
with
fish
Del Taco.
tacos.
So the answer to that is that Taco Bell was owned by 2 dudes,
That's right.
and one of them sold out his portion. Was it to Pepsi?
To Pepsi.
And so they corporatized. But the other guy,
He kept the
he
original
kept his
menu.
half and the original menu.
And
And
there's
it's in Texas, and it's called Taco Casa.
holy shit balls, guys.
And going back there, I was like transported back
Oh
to
my
like
God.
7. I'm like, oh!
His brother lives in Texas, and he mentioned that story, and we're like, what? Fuck it, let's go. And so they went out. Josh and CJ went out, and they got the food, and they brought it back.
What?
Open up the bag, you're like, it's that
Smell.
montage. You take that smell, you're like, and it like takes you back to when you were a kid, and like the food was so good and so fresh. Oh my gosh, it was.
It tasted
It
like
was
what you remember
just what
Taco
you
Bell
remember
tasting.
Taco Bell being.
It's not the waters. It's not the one you put the dust in water and all of a sudden meat appears, right?
No,
Like
it's
that.
all
It
like
was.
fresh food, a fresh
Well,
ingredient.
look.
No, it is because I looked into
It's-
thinking it was the
it's
same thing,
Fresh.
but it's
But it's not Taco Bell fresh.
Yeah. It's Del.
It's good.
But I was raised on Del Taco, not Taco Bell.
Now the little one's big.
I know.
You're making
She's
me
starting
feel
kindergarten
old.
this year.
Can I have some of your hair?
Good.
Fuzzy
You
needs
have
some
some
on
of
his
mine.
head.
Here's
No, yours is old. I want young hair.
They have earplugs.
You got earplugs. What? Can I have some of your hair, young lady? Right there. Right there. Right there.
I don't think the hand.
You want to put hair on my head for me?
You have to grow
No,
it
don't
out.
want to give me your hair.
Yeah, there's a delay
All
on
right.
it. Okay. Good to see you, honey. Mommy's got you on there.
But yeah, I haven't found in Vegas.
Here's the
I found
hair.
one-
Look at this.
Good God, look at that, dude. I hate all of you.
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah,
for
well,
like
no,
the
me.
Brandon Lee and the Crow.
Me and Jaded are the only true men with our bald heads.
It's a sign of good testosterone.
No, I actually,
Ugh.
Josh,
there was a
let it
method to the madness.
go.
Money's tight, man, and my hair grows so fast. I was spending $50 a month on haircuts. So I decided that I took that $50 and I started investing, and I just quit getting haircuts. I was gonna buzz my hair, but then my buddy who is follically challenged is like, bro, you can't. Like,
Yep.
you if you got that hair, you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to grow it. You're gonna have to rock it. For me, do it for me, because if I can't. So if you're blessed with the hair, you got to do it. So I was like, all right, I'll do it for you, buddy. So that's for Jay. I grew the hair out, and then I start getting sick of it about a week, and then I bump into somebody who's like, oh my God, I love your hair, and I'm like, oh, cool. And it gives me like another week of
Why not?
being patient enough to keep it growing.
Mine has
Waving your guys' hair all willy nilly. All the kids I coach, that's all they say to me. Coach, you're bald. I'm like, yeah, I know. You don't need to tell me. I know. Coach, you're
You know what the
fat.
thing is that what I've noticed is that
You want to see
people who are bald,
You
their
press-
head has a good shape for it. You got a good head. You got a good head for it, and so does Josh. My buddy Jay, the same one who told me to grow my hair, he's got a good hair for it too. If I was bald, man, my head would just lopsided and just not right. It's like big in the back and flat in front, and it just doesn't look right. So it's a good thing I have the hair.
I miss my hair. I miss doing my hair in the morning. Now
You can
I
just
just
get the
get up.
fuzzy wig back out again.
Nope, that thing itched. It itched so bad. And plus, people know me now more with this fucking hat than anything, dude. So I gotta always have this hat on.
That's true. I abandoned the hat. I used to have the hat too. That was part of my OG look, but I had to let it go. I was like, you know what? I got the hair. He can have the hat.
I appreciate that, dude, because the sun is hot and it hurts my head. So I need something on there. And then now all the kids, they saw the Michael movie and they'll fucking see me in this hat and they're like, "Wait, you like Michael Jackson?" I'm, bitch, I've been wearing this before that shit. Shut up. Sons of bitches. These kids fuck with me. Let me tell you about something. They fuck with me. Let me tell you. I got this one little kid. Okay. Kid is cool as shit, but he's a thug. He's like a little thug, right? His name is Miracle.
He's like,
I'll tell you everything you need to know right there. Named Miracle. And he is a smart mouth little dude, and he'll come up with some stuff, and he'll do, like, he reminds me of, like, you remember in like the 50s they would try to say things but it meant something else, right? Like they'll be like,
Bless your heart.
yeah,
that's a southern term to basically fuck off. Just so you know.
yeah. No, I know. I get told that all the time. Bless your heart. I'm like, fuck you too, buddy. Like, but this kid will tell me shit like that, and I'm looking at him, and he technically he like, bless your heart. You can't get mad at you can't punish a kid for saying that. But I'm like, I know what you're saying, and knock it off, dude. Like, you need to knock it off. Bless your heart. I'm gonna fucking.
I have to go around to people, bless your heart, and not in the southern way. I mean it. So sometimes people. New California transplants will look at me like, what? I'm like, yeah, you'll get used to. You get the bless your heart and bless your heart. Oh, like the way they say it means fuck off. Just so you know.
Yeah. I'm well aware of the stuff. I'm just hoping that we can get some good fiction coming through again. That's why I expanded the channel to comics, toys, movies, and then music too. I'm like, all right, I gotta have something to take up some of this slack of our to talk about, because I'm just like, man. So I went through and I took a bunch of I've been to quite a few concerts lately, so I took a bunch of shows that I've been to recently. I got Sublime in there. Actually, it was when the band reformed with Jacob the son singing. I got to go to their first show. And it was $40 a ticket, and invites only went to friends of the band or like friends of the band. And being from Long Beach, I'm close enough in that group to where I got to be one of the 600 people that got to see the first show. So if you go to Collection Connection and you see Sublime, that's the first time that they're all on stage together. And I got that posted on the channel here. They sing April 29th, 1992. So that was cool. And I got a couple from Depeche Mode on there. Duran Duran, Long Beach Dub All-Stars, a local band called Pero Bravo. And then Echo and the Bunnymen we went to last weekend.
Fuck yeah. That's
and
awesome,
they were
dude.
horrible.
It
was Echo and the Bunny, so lips like sugar.
Yeah.
But his voice was not like sugar anymore. It's like fuzzy on crack. He's like, lips like sugar. I was like, oh my God, your throat is not what it was. And then like he would turn the microphone and hold it out for the crowd to sing. I'm just like, bro, I didn't come here to hear me sing. Like I came here to hear you sing. So
He had to catch his
it was
breath,
cool.
dude.
But when you're going to see him again, you know, like the guy's been smoking cigarettes for 50 years. You know, who knows how much longer they're going to be able to get out and play. And we didn't have the greatest seats, but once again, I think it was like $50 a ticket. And then Miles now, he's 19. He's going to Cal State Long Beach. He's designing moon rovers for NASA.
Damn.
Yeah. That's spoiler alert. So he's designing moon rovers for NASA, and his favorite band is Duran Duran. So we've seen Duran Duran twice in the last year, and even and there's the dichotomy with Duran Duran and Echo and the Bunnymen, both English, both famous around the same time, but Simon Le Bon can still hit a note. Like Duran Duran is amazing. They were great live. And Echo and the Bunnymen, it was an experience. And if you guys want to check it out, just go to the channel because you can see the videos I posted from both of those bands.
I took the kid like 2 years ago. The kid wanted to go to his first concert, wanted to be Imagine Dragons, and I'm like, no. I was like, no. And the wife bought it, and she was like, I go, you're ruining my children. I go, you're ruining my children. I go, your first concert cannot be some poppy fucking band, dude. It's got to be like some metal, like fucking, like, you know, just you got to see a show, you know, like we got to go see a show. And so I look up on the phone, Rob Zombie's coming to town. I'm like, yes, let's go. And they had like a Father's Day deal where it was like 30 to $40 for tickets. I'm like, oh, dude, we're going. I go, this is before your concert. This will be technically your first concert. Rob Zombie, Power Man 5000, Static X, and then there was some other death metal band I never heard of. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, we're going. So I'm warning my kid. I'm like, dude, you don't know, man. There are gonna be tits everywhere. People are, just tits are gonna be flying out everywhere. There's gonna be beer. It's gonna be tons of fun, dude.
The Staggy ones now, though.
Dude, we walked into that motherfucker, dude, and everybody was older than me, and the pit was like walkers, like, you know what I'm saying? Just fucking everyone was kind of moving in a circle, like just doing this and shit. No
Like
one was touching me.
walkers?
like literally, dog, just like fucking just moving. And my
They're
kid
rolling
looks at
around
me.
an oxygen tank in the pit.
He's looking at me. He goes, "This is it." I go, "We're old now, okay? It's what we used to do, all right." And then, like, as we go out, I go to get a beer, and I go, get a shirt. Like, we'll get a shirt. You gotta have a shirt from your first show and stuff. So we go, and it's one of Rob Zombie, like flipping it off, flipping the middle fingers, and it says like "fuck everyone" on it. He goes, "Can I have that one?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" My wife's like, "No." I'm like, "No, he's getting that one. He wants that. We can get that." So we get it.
Well, you got to save them. You had to counteract Imagine Dragons, bro.
Well, exactly,
Just
dude.
like you gave him the yang. I had to throw some yin at him because we don't want him
Like,
with all these yangs in his face.
and as soon as we get the shirt and I get my beer, and my kid goes, "You said it was gonna be crazy, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Yeah." I go, "It usually is." And as soon as I said it, a dude walks by, and like the side of his skull is like open. He's spewing blood, and he's holding his hand. And my kid goes, "Oh my god!" He go, "I told you." I told you.
As if on call, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, see, I didn't lie. But I was like, he had. Then they went to they liked Imagine Dragons more than they did, and I was like, I hate my family. Like, you guys suck. But like they are the total opposites of me, which is I'm grateful for. Like, they're very much squares and good people, and then didn't do half the stuff I did. So I'm
Salt of
grateful
the
for
earth.
that. Yeah, exactly. I'm grateful for that. But at the same time, there's a voice in the back of my head that's always like, stop being a little bitch and go get him and take him to this fucking, my kid's 18. I keep telling him, I go to a titty bar, dude. Go do something, dude. Like, do something.
That's the spirit of Gen X calling to you. We all
It
did.
is.
Right? Man.
It's just,
I was
it's
wake
right
up in the
here.
I
morning-
was doing
wake up in the morning and I look in the mirror every day and there's that voice in my head. It's like, what are you looking at, bitch?
It's true. And the thing is that that's a tremendous worry that I have, right? Because And I've talked about this with you guys before. Usually you start getting older and you got to worry about the whippersnappers coming up the back, gonna take your spot in the world or whatever. I don't think that we're going to be able to like get older, retire or anything, because nobody can keep this going. Like once, like there's a mix. When we were coming up, there's a mix of people in the world. There was dreamers, and then there's workers. And the workers keep shit going, and the dreamers dream about how they want it to be. And then they're selling kids like, hey, you want to go to finish school so you can go to college and you can be a fucking dreamer so that you can make wishes for the people who work to have to make come true. And it's just that disconnect in the world right now. There's so many dreamers, they talk about tough times making strong people and weak times making weak people. And then we wonder why everybody's got purple hair and septum piercings. It's like, fuck, man, the times are too good. But once we're not keeping, once we put that flag down, there's going to be tough times, and we'll see who makes it out of the septum world. See what happens with all that, because I don't know.
I think it's weird. Like when I go to work, my boss is 28, and everyone I work
You're
with.
working now.
Yeah, no, I'm coaching the kids. Like I coach
Okay,
the
okay,
kids
okay,
after
okay. Yeah,
school.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
like it's if they pay me, like it's a job and shit. And I'm like, I laugh. Like I'll tell you a quick story. Was one of the kids dialed 911 from the phone, right? And it was at the classroom next to me, and the guy came into my classroom, and again, it's a mix-up, dude. It's just he was new and he didn't know the rooms, right? But he comes in there and like corners me and starts berating me. This young guy is berating me. And he's like, you're not watching, someone called now. I go, dude, no one touched the phone in here. Like, I'm telling you, there's no way. Like, they're over there and the phone's over here. Like, there's no way. Unless he has osmosis and picked it up and then fucking down. Like, I don't know. Okay. So he's berating me, and he tells me the room number, and I go, that's next door, dude. No, oh man, I'm sorry. None of that. Just leaves and then comes back and tries to blame it on me later. Like that's the kind of people we're raising right now. Sometimes, you gotta.
That's why you got to take them over to the room and be like, hey, let me show you something real quick. Nobody can see you. Boom! Like,
Clearly,
No,
fuck, I don't know if you got the memo.
Right.
I talked with the guy. Like I explained to him, in the
Hurt my
fuzzy
hand.
way. Yeah, I explained in the fuzzy way, like like, hey, dude, like I was taught to respect my elders. I know technically I'm not, I am an elder, but I'm not your elder. So just come and tell me something. You got a problem? Just tell me and I'll fix it, dude. Like there's no problem with that. But the moment you get in my face like that, like you said, you're very lucky I didn't just fucking hit you like in the mouth. Like, what's wrong with you, dude? Like, don't do that. Like I'm the wrong
Well,
person to do that
that's
to.
the thing. That's the problem is that how many decades has it been since kids got punched in the face at school?
I don't
There's
know.
and
Being a
it's
coach
it's
there,
good for
seeing
you.
it never happens. It never ever happens. Everyone it but I'm not gonna say the kid, but I'll tell you this. I know a kid that went to that school.
Is his name Miracle?
Nope. But I know a kid that went to that school, brought a knife one day. Okay. Now, if we were at school and one of us brought a knife, what would happen?
Well, you would show it to your other friends because they all had knives too.
Yeah, but if you got caught with it,
the teacher took it away, and you got it at the end of the day.
Or they put it in
now,
their desk, and if you're
Or your
good, and they give
parents
out
got
tickets, and you
called,
can
maybe.
win it in a raffle at the end of the year.
And I went to a private school, so we didn't have that stuff.
Well, when I went to school, if you even had one, they kicked you out. That's what they did. They
Oh,
fucking
really?
kicked you out, right? This kid brought a knife. They told him he couldn't come to, like, they pulled me aside to tell me that he can't come to our program. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, that sucks because I like the kid. He's a good kid. Like he literally is. He just does dumb shit. Like I get it. And 3 days later, he's in my class. I go, "What are you doing, dude?" And he's like, "Oh, they said I can come back." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, it's fine by me. I ain't no threat to me. Well, like a week or two ago, I go, I go in because he's in another classroom, and I walk in there, and I see him just like you said, showing his friend, right? Like he's got his bag open. He's showing his friend a katana. He brought a fucking katana. It wasn't a fucking. I was like, dude, what the fuck, man? I'm like, you're just moving up. Are you gonna bring a gun tomorrow? What's happening, dude? Like, what the fuck? I was like, I gotta report you. I can't let you walk around here with a sword. Like, it's not like I'm sorry, dude. Like, so I felt bad. Coach Fuzzy is becoming a rat when it comes to little kids now.
Friggin' narc.
Yeah, and just like you said, Gen X is in the background going, "Fucking bitch." Just let the kid have it, dude.
The thing is that when I reflect on it, and it's terrible to reflect on it because then you start counting the days and then you realize how long you've been around. But at my previous job, when I was still back in California, when I started there, it was mostly Gen X people that were working for the company. And so you had a lot of people that, that company got by on like sweat and blood and like hard effort and overtime and all that kind of stuff. By the time I left that place, they had geared the work environment to accommodate people that showed up to work in their pajamas. And this is the environment that we're in now. Companies go into the hiring market knowing that they need 2 to 3 people to do the job that they used to hire one person to do. It's just the reality of the current situation. And that's just for the kids that are, quote unquote native born. Many companies are also hiring people that are not native born, and they don't have the same cultural expectations that we had when we were getting into the workforce. And so, the current place that I'm working, when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's just a mess. But the good news is that means that people like us easily outperform our peers.
That's the thing.
Not
That's
hard.
the thing. Yeah,
That's the thing that blows me
crazy.
away. Yeah, I think some stuff like
We should be watching over our back for these kids coming up and being the, younger and more spry or whatever. But I like.
and common sense. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. Like I there used to be like book smart and fun common sense. You know what I mean? Like it was always like kind of like you had a homie that was book smart, but you backed him up with the street smart. You know what I mean? And then he fucking backed you up with like that's how life was. And now it's like everything's over here. And I'm alone over here going like, "Hey, stupid."
They don't even have books.
What?
They are told how to be safe because they can't figure it out on their own.
Yeah, and it's rough, man. It's rough. So let's do a tension breaker. I got some old stuff programmed here. Let's see if we can bring back some classics. All right.
No, I have nightmares about that guy.
Those are the fun times, right?
亡き兄に復讐を誓う兄弟に心打たれる男スパイダーマン
The fucking Power Ranger Spider-Man.
I still think that some of those Indian movies that we watched were better than most of the stuff we reviewed on here. So,
For
You know what was weird about that? I'll tell you what was weird about that. I haven't watched a single one since we were doing it for the show.
me neither. Like I haven't. Like I've been like recommended some because when I would speak, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, dude, this is good. This is good." They'd be like, "Oh shit, you like movie?" I was like, "Yeah," and they tell me, and I'd be like, "Okay," and never watch it.
Yeah, it's
Well, I think it's like what you were talking about with the concerts, right? You're going to all these concerts, but they're the concerts for the bands that we had, right? when I watch movies from back in the day. I don't watch anything current anymore. I mean, the last
Obsession.
What's that?
Watch Obsession, dude. I'm telling you, it's gonna fuck you up, dude. It's amazing.
The last new thing that I watched was probably the second season of One Piece, which was very good.
I haven't seen any of them.
Neither
You
have I.
haven't seen One Piece?
One Piece is good, man. I would recommend
That's-
it.
I
think-
sell One Piece. I have no clue what the fuck it is.
Oh
The
my
kids
god!
love it, dude.
To watch
I sell.
One Piece, I will go. We literally go back to California to watch the second season of One Piece with my brother and my nephew and my sister-in-law.
Oh, just to
That's-
have it be a family experience?
Because we were out there when the first season came out, and we watched the first season, and then we found out when the second season was out, we're like, we're fucking going out there, we're gonna be watching it then. And sure as shit we did. And I'm telling you, One Piece it's a breath of fresh air with binge watching television. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's so okay, so let me preface where I've never read the manga and I've never watched the anime. Except for when we go out for sushi, they sometimes have it playing on the TV, and I'm like, I know where that's at because we just watched that episode.
Fair enough.
Like, I have some context, but I haven't done. Going into it, not knowing anything about it, it's amazing. It's adventure. It's the people that are playing the characters fit the characters themselves, and the group dynamic. Like, you've got the happy guy, you've got the morose guy, you've got the cat, but they all work together. It's just, and we need to watch that for talking shit, or we need to watch that for. I know it's new. I don't know, but we should watch that. If you guys,
Well, that's kind of that's
You need to
the thing I'm thinking about, because Collection Connection has always kind of wandered with what I'm interested in. You know, I'm surprised I don't got mountain bikes on here, but I'm thinking, provided I could just find the time and the energy and all that stuff, because there was a while where I was doing this, like the amount of things that I was actually doing, people are like, how many lives are you even living? Like, how do you go to Comic-Con and then ride your bike all the time, but then have a show, and then have 4 kids, and then have a mortgage, and then have like all like, what do you ever sleep? And I'm like, oh yeah, I sleep. And then, you know, and I go to the gym and work out too. And it's just like, now I have a lot. I'm not even doing anywhere near as many things as I was juggling before. And I feel like I'm tired. So I just got to try to find my muse again. But I think as far as the channel goes, it can be kind of convoluted because I have all my interests and it kind of works against the algorithm. So I was thinking about like starting a website and having the comics, toys, movies, and music be the website. And then every one of those be its own separate channel that I put something into. So that way the comic stuff is only coming from the comic channel. Maybe Radioactive Curry, it's its own channel. The thing is I don't know if I could keep enough content going into each one to get it going, or I just keep doing what we're doing and try to have fun with it. And if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least we have fun. You can hear the open garage now with the motorcycle driving by.
but okay. Back to One Piece. Seriously, you gotta
You
watch.
sound like my fucking kids, man.
The
You sound like
kids, your kids would not you, Fuzzy.
No,
Bear, they probably love it too. But
Dave,
the littles, it's one of those shows that you can watch with your littles too,
he
because there's no bad words. It's fun. It kind of reminds me of the first time you watched Goonies, where it's just got that adventure feeling, that young kind of, and all the goofy stuff that you would normally see in the anime type things with like the big weird fight scenes and the super whatevers. They keep that in there and they play on that too. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, other than it's a breath of fresh air on watching something good on like straight. It's on Netflix is where it's at.
Yeah, I seen it on there, and it's got that Shogun looking, like Raiden looking hat on one of the guys or something.
It's the
The
Straw
kids-
Hats.
my kids like are obsessed with it. They watch the anime, like they watched every episode. Like They watched the 1,000-something
I'm
episode.
too far behind. There's no way I could sit down there and watch like.
And you should have seen my son, my youngest son was like, it's my saver on my phone. We took a picture of him, and it stole my heart, dude. It was one of the sweetest things this year for Christmas, dude. Like I literally had a dad moment, like being proud, like, you know what I mean. And so my oldest son introduced my youngest son to One Piece, and they would watch it like it was like the brother thing, you know. They would go up in the room and they would sit there and they would watch it together, One Piece. And fucking, so for Christmas, he bought him the straw hat. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh
again,
yeah.
and yeah, I'm tearing up right now. I swear to God, it got me. And then he wrote this little note in there, like, let this hat be your guide and adventure in life. And oh, it was cute. So, like, he had the hat on, and they were upstairs, and I have an arcade upstairs now with the little couch. And he was watching it in there with him. And they're both crying because something happened in the fucking thing. And it's the sweetest picture. But I'm just like, I laughed to myself. I was like, that's a good big brother.
I'm
You
not
know
going to
what I
watch
mean?
it
Like,
now. It sounds gay.
it's
No,
very.
it.
I
I
don't
haven't
wanna
watched
cry.
a lick. I haven't laughed. I haven't
Okay.
watched a lick of it. I haven't watched a lick of it.
Okay, don't go in watching the anime. Just go watch the 2 seasons. I think it's only like they're only like 8 episodes a season. 8 episodes a season. 2 seasons. I'm telling you, I think you guys are really gonna like it. I really do.
Josh,
What?
You're the jaded
you
one.
watched
Tell
it,
us.
right? Yeah, you're the jaded
Oh,
one.
I've watched it multiple times. That's how good they are.
Oh, you actually were entertained by it, huh?
Mm.
Okay.
You're just letting her sing the songs of praise by herself.
I'm eager to see when they come out with the 3rd season. It's actually the same thing, and I'm kind of surprised that you guys didn't get around to watching the 2nd season of Andor. Andor season 2 was freaking amazing.
It was good. No, I did like it.
I just wanted to remove my dollars from everything they were doing until they took a different direction.
Sure, I get it.
And I feel like they are. I feel
Yeah,
like when I watched this last movie, I feel like they were. I feel like it was like it just wasn't. It was good. It was good.
So-
It wasn't great. It wasn't, but it was just kind of like one of a Star Wars adventure, and it didn't have too much consequence in it or anything like that. Just spaceship bounty hunter adventure.
See, my theory on it is that even when things are terrible in the industry, there are always those one-offs. You're always going to have, even in very bad seasons, you're going to have
The broken clock is right twice a day.
a good product will come out. So I haven't seen the new Star Wars film. I don't really intend to. But my assessment of Disney Lucasfilm is that there's too much entrenched incompetence, and you might get a one-off, but I don't think that they are capable in their present condition of doing anything creatively decent. They need to have a massive turnaround and turnover of people that are on staff in order to make something like that happen. And even though it seems sometimes that the culture is kind of shifting because people are going back to the older stuff, that's good, and nobody's really watching anything that's new anymore. I don't think that the turn has been significant enough that we're going to see that kind of change, at least not in the near term. I don't expect to see.
That's a glorious thing. Let me tell you why that's glorious. I use my son's example. My son's favorite band is Duran Duran, okay? And he's 19. And I heard Duran Duran, and I knew some songs or whatever. And he bought tickets to take me and his mom to. We saw them at the whatever the pond used to be, whatever it is now, Arrowhead, or where the Ducks play, whatever that is now. And like box seats. It was cool. It was a good experience. And I knew the songs. I'm singing along to the songs, and I knew better going into it. And I come out of that thing, being stoked about the band and reading the history of the backstory of all the members, and I ended up becoming a fan of the band afterwards. And whereas during the 80s when they were coming out, they were just like they were the band that Dire Straits was singing about in I Want My MTV. If you guys remember, there's a lyric in it. Yeah, look at the F word with the earrings and the mink coat.
Yeah.
But it was good. And now I would put them in my top 20 now because it was a good show. Maybe turn back around and dig into their catalog. And I feel like and that's a segue from what you were saying, because there's tons of old bands and old movies that had the right motivation that we never had a chance to go and see.
Sure.
That we could just do that now. Like you could just turn around and, like Alice in Chains is one of my favorite bands of all time. And Lane Staley joined a group with some other members called Mad Season. And the only song I had heard from them that went popular on the radio was The River of Deceit. And I never got into Mad Season, even though I knew it was there, because I wanted to like save it so that I could break it out of the glass when I got older. And I did a couple years back. And it was like I found an awesome time capsule full of these songs. I was just like, oh my God, Lifeless Dead. This is so amazing. And it was just, I was able to break it out. But I feel like that's an opportunity for us to be able to go back through the old stuff, through old bands, through, like, I liked Metallica, but I didn't like Megadeth because, meh. But now I put on some Megadeth. I'm like, dude, Megadeth is dope.
Yeah.
I'm calling Huey Lewis right now. I'm calling it. That's my jam. That's my 80s jam right there.
So
I love
That's a great. I saw this. There's this guy who takes songs and mashes them together, and they took "It's Good to Be Square" from Huey Lewis and the News and mixed it with Enter Sandman.
That's awesome,
And
dude.
it was awesome.
Yeah, no, some of those are dope. Like in the things I would do for the Whatnot shows, I would look for that, like stuff that was like, it was this one song, like the lyrics from this one song, but fucking like the beat of this in the background, because it would just throw you off. You'd be like, what the fuck is that, dude? Like, I even found a new band that I actually kind of liked, because I kept going like, is this real? Like, AI and all this shit, dude. But it was this all black band, and they sounded just like Blink 182. Like it was when I was listening to it, you put something on, you just have it on in the background. It was playing. I'm like, oh, this is catchy. I was like, who is this? And then I looked them up on TikTok, and I went, holy shit. I was like, these guys are singing this song too. I was like, oh my God. They look like thugs from the street, backwards hats and fucking, like they should be rappers, but they got guitars and they're just fucking punking out and shit. I was like, I love this shit. This is awesome, dude.
That's a good segue. Let me get this out real quick. Are there not new things coming out because every idea has been had already? Every genre has been made. Every thought, like, is somebody going to come up with a punk song better than what we had already? Like, I think the last thing that any of these kids made is like EDM music or like dance music, where the music is so horrible that you got to be on drugs to listen to it. But that's the last like bastion of something new coming down the pike for anybody. And maybe it's time for the AI or overlords. Maybe that's just the next.
Well,
we hit the pinnacle of civilization, and now we just got to die and let the robots live.
That's gonna be my point. Is that it's good to be able to go back and to appreciate what we had, but the problem is that we're not really making anything new. And the way that you can tell that is that if I told you, hey, we're gonna have a party and it's gonna be a 70s theme party, you guys know instantaneously what that means. If I said, hey, we're going to have a party and it's going to be a 90s theme party, you know exactly what that means and what the expectation will be. If
Flannels,
I said, we're going to have a 20 teens party, what the fuck are you going to do?
put a
Get a
bunch
septum
of.
piercing.
I know I'm gonna wear a sign that bitches about something on my chest, and then that's what I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
I'm gonna either come in a dress as a guy or wear a hijab or something, and it's like there's no common like culture that defines this current generation, and it's because we're in that cultural slump. So everybody's looking back to when there was something that was more unified, something that was identifiable, and we're not there right now.
Well, I think too a lot of it and I hate saying this as a person that makes his own art and like does my own thing, but it's the fact that when there was a system to go through, right? Like you had a movie, right? Like I want to make movies, right? So there, when we were growing up, there was tiers, right? There's television, there was straight to VHS, and then there was the movies that made it to the movie theater, right? Like and then the indie stuff, like that's what they had. So you always worked your way up the ladder to become that was the echelon. What you wanted was that, and right now we're doing it right now. You turn on the camera on your phone, you know what I mean, on this, and you're doing it, and then you get accolades from people that could be real, could be bots, you know what I mean. You don't know what the fuck is going on. Like there could be all this stuff going on, and then they you don't need, like, Michael Jackson came out with Thriller, right? He came out with that album, and fucking the world loved it. We had about
Yeah.
about Thriller, you know what I mean? Like Michael Jackson and these are the kids that are in their 20s. We were all sitting around talking, and they go, "Who do you think's this generation's Michael Jackson?" And I sat back and folded my arms, and I went, I honestly don't think. I got people that I think hit marks of Michael Jackson, but no one is as big as that guy. You know what I mean? And then my kid, asked my kid, and he goes Bad Bunny, and I went, he's probably the closest as far as, like, did the Super Bowl, he did all this crazy stuff like that. Like, but again, like people like us, like when we were growing up, our grandparents knew who Michael Jackson was. You know what I mean? Like that's always a sign to me, is when people who don't know, who don't listen to that genre. I don't watch
We
basketball.
also knew who Frank Sinatra was.
Right, because he's that good. Like he was skilled. And you have to go, when you can just make garbage and put it out there and people appreciate the garbage, you think your garbage is gold, but it's just garbage. It's shit. Like, that's the problem. If you went to a studio and people were going to invest in you, they would have said, "No, that's shit. I'm not putting any money into that. Fuck off," and we'll never hear from that person again. The wins
Yeah,
between the
Anthony
people
says
that.
he can't name a Bad Bunny album.
Right.
There you go. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, but as far as like hitting the marks, he has hit those marks. But again, like you, our generation had radio stations that would give us music. You know what I mean? That were like top tens. You know what I mean? And then you would get that gem, that independent. Like the K Rock used to have that thing, and was it Sundays or whatever, or Saturday nights, where they would just play like all indie bands. So you can hear, and that's how people heard certain bands. They got their time to shine, but it wasn't consuming the airwaves. What was consuming the airwaves was something that everyone will love. And
And Native
consuming
Wayne would play the reggae songs on Sunday.
this, and then you had Love Line and all that shit. Like, but
Ricky
now
Rackman had the Headbangers Ball.
hell yeah, dude. And like the our airways now are polluted with so much shit, it's hard to see the fucking gold in the middle. You know what I mean? Like because they, like you said, there are gold in there. It's just it's filled with so much shit that we're sick of eating the shit to get to the gold, that we
Well,
give up.
but is it gold, or are we talking about like one hit wonders? Because we had one hit wonders back then, but we also had people that were consistently amazing, like Jackson, right? Michael
Right.
was drilling them out constantly. But I just don't, like, in the present circumstance, and I'm not saying like I'm like totally in touch with like the current trends. I try to keep tabs on it because I don't want to be totally detached, but I just don't see anything that even resembles the cultural impacts that we had when we were coming up. And
what's the last great album that you can think of that came out? Album. I don't mean a song. Exactly. Everybody's looking at the sky.
I mean, something in the 90s.
Yeah, probably the last great album. No, Sublime. When was Sublime's album? Was that late
96.
'90s?
96.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Actually,
that.
today is the 30th anniversary of Bradley Knowles' death.
Wow.
That sucks, dude. I'm trying to think of something other than that. That was like, oh yeah, I could listen to that album all the way through, and it's fucking amazing.
You know,
Right.
Metallica put out a couple that I like I liked it when it came out and I could listen to it. But if I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm gonna put on some Metallica, it ain't gonna be that.
Yeah, it's gonna be their OG stuff. Yeah, I know. I'm
You
with
know,
you on
like I'll
that.
get the new album, I'll support them, I'll listen to. Wow, these songs are good. Like their last album was good. Their one before that wasn't that great, but it's just
It's the same thing with Rob Zombie for me. Like I love Rob Zombie. Like you said, I'm gonna support him. I got his new album. He just came out last month, and I played it twice, and that was it. Like there's 2 songs on there that maybe I'll dig. You know what I mean? But it wasn't. It's just not Rob Zombie. Like it feels like he's experimenting with shit. You know, trying to get the youth to like his music again, and not good.
well, maybe it's just what I'm hoping is is that the good times that we've had as a people for so long, the children they have it so well that there's nobody in their garage just picking up a guitar and sucking, because that's what it takes. You got to. There's the shortcuts and there's AI and stuff. Like you can go and shortcut the shit out of stuff, and you don't. There's nobody suffering and becoming and bleeding for their hurt
Right.
in any medium.
Right.
And that's what comes out on screen. You know what I'm saying? Like on screen on in the lyrics. You know what I mean? When you hear fucking One, you know what I mean, by fucking Metallica. They you know, and when he starts, you know, when it does the breakdown and they're fucking hitting the like to this day, you can play that to anybody and they just fucking their hands start shaking like they're ready to fucking go. You know,
Every time I go to the gym and I do my cardio and I start wearing out, I put on One, and it gets to that part, and I'm just, and I have an extra gear. I even told my wife this, like, if I'm having a heart attack and I'm dying, and you could still see there's life in my eyes, and you want to get me to come back, put on that part of that song, and I'll get my fucking heart beating again. Like, like
Yeah,
it'll be the one that saves me for sure. I feel
that,
that.
and there's like that, and like I keep talking about the movie Obsession, but like that is literally what comes across that because you watch that, like the guy who made that movie.
And that was, when did that come out? In December?
Last week. No, last week. It came out last week.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
like I literally just went and saw it, and the guy who made it used to make YouTube comedies, like little YouTube shorts and stuff like that, and then he went and made this. And when you're watching it, you're like a fucking comedy guy. Like there's comedy in there. Don't get me wrong. There's some really good, funny, dark scenes in there. You know what I mean? But like as far as it went, the movie I think cost $1 million. Like it was nothing. He made it in less than a month. You know what I mean? But his heart, like he was making this with his blood, sweat, and tears. No one was giving him the permission to make it, and it comes across on the screen. You know, like they're not just throwing money at things, and you know that's the problem with it's why everything's got to be a franchise, so we can make sure we're getting what's coming out in a couple weeks. Our childhood, Masters of the Universe.
Oh,
Dude,
Masters
you know
of
what
the
I'm saying?
Universe. And Street Fighter will be coming out too. That's
Listen to this
that's another
shit.
thing too. That's something I heard of too. That it used to be that the younger generations were the ones that were up and coming. There was a lot of them. There was always more than the previous generation. But the millennials aren't having children. So the big catering to Gen X, it's still a populous generation who might consume media. So that's part of why they're recycling stuff. Because you would think that you would want to do something for the kids, but there's not that many kids.
Yeah.
Like we're able to be in Downey and have our kids still go to school in Orange County because the school in Orange County is a great school, but the whole area there is all old and gray, so there aren't any kids that would go to that school if it wasn't for letting them opening up the doors to let kids come from over here, because I don't want my kids going to fucking Paramount.
Right. Right.
Yeah, like we're in a weird pickle right now, which is I think it's open for someone to take it, but no one's willing to take it. That's the thing. Like even like Wick, like because those gems are out there where you can make something original, and even Wick isn't original. You know what I mean? But it's done in a new way. It feels new. You know what I mean? You're getting a new. There's one coming out on shit. When is it? It's like 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, the guys who made the raid, they made a new one called Furious. And dude, it looked like I was like, oh, this looks like the raid, like up 10%. You know, like he's in a steel cage fighting these guys, and it looks like in the cartoons, you know, when the guys would beat up guys and they would just be piled up on top of each other. He's just
Okay.
kung fuing people and dropping them underneath them, and he's just getting piled and piled. I was like, give me that. That's what I want, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down to meet up and go see that. Let me know when it comes out.
Definitely, I'll tell you. It looks bomb. Like I was just like, oh, this looks amazing. Like I'm in it for the win. But then I get invited to go to the Masters of the Universe screening. Okay. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna go to Masters of the Universe. I'm waiting there. The guy walks up to me who's running the thing and goes, sir, I'm really sorry, but you're not the demographic of what we're trying to go for this movie, so we're not going to let you in. And I looked at the guy and I was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, I'm probably the only one who's going to know who all these characters are in this fucking line right now. And I'm not the demographic, dude. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, and so I didn't get to go see Masters of the Universe because I'm not in their demographic.
They're
So
trying
maybe-
they're trying to cater to the young generation with old generation stuff.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
They don't they don't understand. But see, and that sometimes it's not the movie that's bad, sometimes it's the marketing of a movie that's bad, because we went back and have watched John Carter, and say what
We reviewed it.
That movie is a fantastic movie, but it got shit on because the marketing. If you were to wipe out all the market and you were to redo this all over again, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, it was set for sequels. It's a fantastic, fun, good movie.
It was a good flick.
And unfortunately, because Disney dropped the ball on the marketing aspect of it, where the people involved, they were trying to market it to the wrong people, or I don't know.
It was better than that Gina Davis movie you had us watch.
Cutthroat Island? Fuck off.
Cutthroat Island.
Well, like even Lone Ranger, I said the same thing about the Lone Ranger. I thought the Lone Ranger was really good. I was like, holy
gotta go
shit,
back
I
and
love this.
We just took in the whole buy of all the Lone Ranger Lego sets.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
I don't remember enough about the Lone Ranger to know.
did you guys get the
who
get
these
the building?
people are.
Did you get
What?
the building? You got the building?
Yeah, we got it
And-
all. We have everything. Minifigs, everybody.
Fuzzy might need that.
All right. I'll see
I
what
might
can
need
do.
it.
See what I can do.
I
All
love
right,
it.
well let's start wrapping this up. I know it's later in Tennessee. Everybody has done the homework. We have reviewed that movie we want to do. Do you guys want to add another one for next week? And we can
I'm
do
down.
2 and then go live.
Yeah, I'm down.
Well, who's going to recommend it?
Aren't we just gonna do 8-legged freaks? That's what we originally were gonna.
Oh,
Well, the reason why I had picked 8-legged freaks is because I was trying to get us into a lane where we weren't going to have to be spending money.
yeah.
But we could put some thought behind it. Why don't we do this, Josh? Through Netflix, try to find us a radioactive curry,
Oh, jeez. Okay.
something
There you
free.
go.
If you can find it, we'll add it.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take a look.
All right. Hey,
Like
man,
something-
this has been
Something
fun.
good, man. Please be something good. 'Cause if I have to read for 2 hours, dude, it's got to be good, dude. It's got to be good. Please don't send me down that shit rabbit. 'Cause I'll tap the fuck out. I'll be like, nope.
That was a weird thing about Curry, man. We every time was like, fuck, I gotta watch this movie. And then we watch it and we love it and we cry about it and it's great. And
Yeah.
then it's done again and it's like, okay, we gotta watch another one. Fuck, I gotta watch
That's literally what I did. I would be like, oh man, this stuff. And I'd even put the preview on sometimes. I'd be like, this looks stupid as shit, dude. Like, what the fuck? And I'd watch it and be like, oh my God, this is awesome. This is amazing, dude.
right? Yeah, so there's a psych up for it for sure. So Josh, if you wanna do that, then we can try to do it and just
I'll
hit
do
us
some
up.
digging. I'll see what I can find.
All right. Well, so that's it. The four of you who were between 4 and 6 of you guys who were with us, it was good to have you on board. Anthony was commenting the whole time too, so that's
it didn't
cool.
pop up on the screen. Sometimes it would pop up on the screen so we could see it too.
That's cool.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I couldn't see any of it.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh,
yeah.
here's the button. Watch.
Is there something that we have
Show
to
comments on stage.
do?
There we go. So
Oh, there it is.
Big go.
Yay!
yeah, like I said, I don't know what happened, man. I forgot how to do it. I forgot how to do this. So I might be off and on during the week, just popping on and trying to remember how to stick in stuff besides Spider-Man and Michael Jackson's Indian doppelganger. All right, guys, it was fun. It was really fun. I'm excited to get this going. It's a good knockoff of the dust.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we hit that movie next week because I got notes, bro.
Oh yeah, I actually got a full page of notes that I don't want to spill. So I'm excited to talk about it too.
I got them all right here, man, right there. They're embedded in me, dude.
I
They're
can see
embedded
the sign
in
of the
me.
notes.
What was even doper was when we were at WrestleMania. We went to an event called Bloodsport, dude. Like, it was dope. I will send you guys the video of someone just getting the slap. I'm like, oh, shit.
Nice.
Sounds good. All right, guys.
All right. Good
So thanks for
night.
joining us for Collection Connection. I'm Nate the Great. Signing off for JD Geek, Comic Lizard, and Fuzzy himself. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.